G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. Today is Sunday the 2nd of April. Okay, time to do another video. It's been a while, and after this I'll do Bitcoin as well. Looking at XRP, why has it been doing well? Some say because of the SEC case, that it's going to get off, and some bullish sentiment there. And with XRP, we have XLM, which is sort of paired with it, so it's probably worth looking at that as well in Bitcoin. So I'm looking at the monthly chart and using this wave trend indicator, we can see the crossover has occurred on the monthly, and previously in the monthly it was the bottom signal, so it's likely to be a bottom signal as well. If we look at from a elliot wave perspective, you can agree that this is whatever this formation is, it's a 1-2 elliot wave count. This is a massive 2 to 3 formation. From here to there is very clear that it's a 3 to 4 move, and usually 2 to 3 move, which is the strongest move out from a wave 5 cycle. And then 3 to 4 is a complex structure, which is correction and reaccumulation. So here we see that XRP did drop, not like capitulation. It did drop slowly from a monthly perspective. So that was a big bear market from there to there, and it came down to 18 cents from $3. So it's a fair bit of a drop. And then we saw the next bull run, and it didn't do the all-time high. However, it fits into the wyckoff reaccumulation structure. So you can see how price lands on support, goes up, and when price comes down, if it holds, that is a reaccumulation structure right there, wyckoff reaccumulation. And then either a 786 or 618 level. So if we want to measure that from there to there, it's actually 786. There you go. So these things line up so far so well from a reaccumulation perspective. So this is looking like wave 3 to 4. Wave 5 is going to be the target, wherever that is in the next run. Now what we have here is also clear support. So you can see my wyckoff, my Fibonacci 0 to 1, which is finding a resistance. I've put this very carefully in position, and it doesn't meet some of the requirements, but it does meet this requirement. And so when we look at the extension, the 1.414, it's pretty much hit it, right? So that would have been a good clue if we were doing XRP back then. And the monthly candle would have been a good indicator that it's topped up. So looking from that perspective, everything fits into a wyckoff reaccumulation structure, and this is, so we have two positions or two types of scenarios where we come down and then continue up, or a bit of a dip below it just to flush out those hands. However, this is the other one, just continues on. And if we break, so far we have this trend line, and it's likely to find resistance. If it was there or there, it's find the resistance, but then the breakout is going to be the main one. So the breakout could be a good signal to go for it, or you can start looking for an entry here. What we have from a monthly perspective, we have these levels, right? So in the immediate levels, we have these monthly candlesticks and their resistance. So we use the body of the candle. Let's just do that one again. So we've got a lot of resistance ahead of us, monthly levels. However, we have the crossover. So this is likely to be accumulation for some time. Also, we have this resistance that's just occurred. So we've got this trend line all along here, and guess what? It's hit it. And I think that's where we're going to get a bit of a pullback. and potentially another move to this level. But this level is going to be strong resistance. There is that possibility that it just comes down again and then hits, and like that. I don't think it will just bang up straight away, but alt season might just do that, because that would be a third touch. But I do like the idea of a fourth touch, but this is a monthly, so it doesn't quite help. So far bullish. Now let's look on the weekly. So weekly wave trend is what we had here from a wave trend perspective, is a breakout as well, even down there. So it is a bullish move, and it's likely to continue on, because this is a weekly chart. So when we look at this closely, you can see where we've defined our major resistance levels and support. So this is going to be strong resistance. If we were to put Fibonacci onto this, to the, that's it, guess what? It's golden ratio. There you go. So the golden ratio is going to be resistance. So this is going to be consolidation here in this pocket, very much like this one here. This is going to be consolidation going sideways before it makes a move to the upside, or here, and then etc. And once we break above this, this will act like support. I doubt it that this will come back down to here. I pretty much doubt it, but you never know. Do we have anything similar? Yes, we did come back down very hard at that position. So there is that risk. So it really depends on you, how much what your strategy is. But if you've got this level, definitely hodl. Even if you came in late, I think it's worth hodling. I do feel like this is going to pretty much go up eventually. So from a weekly perspective, it looks good. Now let's look on the 3-day. So I suppose people are interested in looking at a good entry. This looks like momentum's to the downside. So that grey area where it shows what this grey area does is it shows a line, the distance between these two lines, these moving averages. So when they cross, like when this one crosses, that's pretty much zero. So this wave trend indicator is like a MACD, but in a different way. And it gives you, at least it gives you some bit of formation to work with. Makes sense? So we had that formation, and it broke out from that formation. Where are we? Here we go. No, I didn't want to do that. Let's just clean this up. And I don't know where I got that one from, but we can get rid of that. So if we were looking at this, that would have been a good indicator to go long once it broke above it. There was momentum right here. So you can see how the wave trend makes a difference. You see that crossover to the positive, crossover there. This is a 3-day chart, bullish candle, and that would have been a signal to go. I wasn't watching it, and then once it broke out, actually I had it on my radar, and it was like this. So I had this level trend line, and it did break above it, but it didn't look good to me. And see how it comes back down, but it stays above this trend line, which is interesting. And then when it hit that level of support, bang, it went up. So that's a bit weird, but that was a case where there was a breakout trade. If you look on the 4-hour, I might get it. That's probably the other chart. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. So what we had was our moving averages here, and see how the moving averages were. So I think this was the 200 daily. So once it break the 200 daily, see how it gets a retest. And I wasn't watching it, unfortunately. My eyes were on other stuff. So that was the back test onto the moving averages, and up it went. and now it hits our Fibonacci of 1. It actually overperformed. Now it's pulling back. So the ideal situation here is for an entry, we pull it back, and the 618 golden ratio is likely to be a good level. This 0.5 could be the case, or the 618. Yep. So that's what I'll be looking for if I was to look for XRP. Obviously, you got money, you got strategy. I'll be looking at other coins. XRP is not one of my favorites, but when the right time comes, the breakout trade on the macro, I might just take it if it's going to be alt season and if things line up for my funds. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Strong resistance level, and we've proven that. Looking for, if you want to look for an entry, that would have been a good opportunity to short. Unfortunately, not keeping an eye on it. That wick did it on the 4 hour. You can see the wick on the day, sorry. Good rejection, followed by a red. It wasn't really convincing, but this is. So this is likely to pull back deeper, and I'll be looking for the golden ratio. It's not the best of setups based on this type of move. I'll generally look for the 10 and 20 moving average. Where are we? Here's the 10 and 20 moving average. Let's just have a look at that. So there, 10 and 20 moving. So it could be the 10, like I said, it could be the 0.5. You want to see a bullish candle. But also the 20 moving average is perfect with previous resistance. So this is looking like a nice setup right there. Nice setup. Previous resistance will act like support. Golden ratio, moving average. This is a perfect spot to look for a bounce. How it continues, well, it could be a formation, like I said. We might get a bit of a formation. I reckon that we will get a bounce. We might get their resistance, and then that's likely to happen before it goes up or down. So, or we just get the 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, and a 3. Any one of those could happen. So there is a good position. Here, it's just going to be a bit of a grind. That will be more sideways from here because we've got the crossover, and that's my feeling for XRP in next entry if you're interested. And if we were to look on the monthly and the potential targets, let's have a look at that. Or the long term, let's have a look at that. Let's see what we got in Confluence. So how do we find targets? If this is a wave 3 and 4, come on. If this is a wave 3 and 4, let's just get rid of that for a sec. There's one way of measuring a target, and that is from there to the previous top, and you have your Fibonacci extension. So wave 3 to 4 could be, I'm going to say wave 5 could be anywhere there. I'll be looking at 1.14 probably based on that. So we've got it here already. So let's just put a square there. Yep, that's our range from this method. The other method is this. It could be just a small target, and the fact that we hit the 1.14, it could be just this one here as well. Unfortunately, it might not be as strong as what people hoped for it to be. So that's about $5. The other one, which is even bigger, is from the bottom to the top, and then looking for these extensions. So these extensions could be it as well. Yeah, that's just a super cycle. Yeah, with Bitcoin, XRP could do it. There's no reason why it can't. But yeah, $11 to all the way up there. So there is a number of ways we can look at this. And the last one, the Fibonacci extension. We can do that. Now, do we measure that or do we measure the wick? That's the hard part. If we were to measure the wick to wick, there we go. We've got the 618 there. And if we were to just try something different, we've got the 618 here as well. So this level is valid. That's going to be a strong resistance, guys. So if price comes to that, that's going to be a strong resistance, and it could be the fact that if we're looking from Elliot wave, this could be a 1, 2, this could be a 3, 4, and maybe 5, like that. There will be a strong resistance in that level, I believe, and maybe a top, and that could be just the 5. But I think it has a better chance up here. $15, $14, $15, whatever the case may be. So I'm looking from that perspective. So XRP can potentially go strong. The main resistance is going to be the hard part, is here. So obviously when we do a breakout, it might have a bit of a pullback and then start moving up. Yeah, you might even come down to retest these monthlies and then back up. But this reaccumulation is nasty because there's a lot of volatility in this space, and that could be due to even one. We've got the one there as well. Here we go. We've got a lot of potential levels of taking profit. So I'll be watching this space. There's a lot of ways of looking at it, and preempting these levels, and I'll put one more level there, which is the all-time high. Yep. So we might just get a double top like Bitcoin and slightly overdo it, and that will be the 1.272 to that range. Could be main target. Just above that, because this move is something like from there to there, that is something like 1600% or 16 times. So that is very valid. That this could be it, right? This is if it's a super cycle, very bullish, then we'll look at these other ones. That's all I've got, guys. If you've got any questions, post them. I'll try to answer them. But I think that's a wrap for XRP. Please give them a like and share. Talk to you soon.